Hey everyone, welcome back. So, I've done a fair amount of mining off camera, and I think it's time to make myself a Macerator. It's pretty simple. Just need a machine block and an advanced circuit. That's going to be the difficult part, because I don't have glowstone. So, in the near future, we're going to need to get to the nether. Another slight difficulty, because in order to make a flint and steel, we need a steel nugget. Now, those steel nuggets aren't that hard to make. Let's go ahead and just pop this in here to get 9 of them. And I've got some ore processing still. Let's grab a flint. There's more flint that should be down in this. Raw aluminum should be up in this. Oh, you're out of space. And let's grab a stack of iron, shove it in here to make into refined iron. I'm just going to store the rest of this ore to make sure that it gets doubled when I have a Macerator. Although, let me check something. I might be able to get glowstone. Let's see. What are you used for? Rock crusher. Okay. Yeah, that looks like all I can do with it. Okay. Well, I suppose it's time to employ my favorite trick, involving Minecraft and getting to the nether. So let's go ahead and head out and find ourselves some basic trees. I have 7 and I need 14, I want to say, for what I need to do. Because I don't do the half portals, or the missing corner portals. Okay. And the portal will be pretty short-lived. I'm eventually going to set up a linking book, which is a lot safer in the long run. So let's go ahead and use this. Okay. So, minium stone, and 2 of each type, or 2 of one plank of wood type. That made no sense if you aren't me. 2 planks, or 2 wooden logs will produce 1 obsidian. So let's go ahead, actually, and make this down here at the bottom of my pit. So that it's pretty far away. Here will work. Yeah, I hear you, zombie. And sorry about the no video yesterday. That just kind of happened. I was caught up doing something else. But, there we go. And now we have another portal. And let's go ahead and make ourselves flint and steel. And see what we've got on the other side. Downloading terrain. Okay. There's a Hecate. Oh, there you are. Oh, well, let's see. We got some pretty basic stuff here. We've got the bloodwood tree, which isn't really basic. We've got some of the berries. Nether quartz, which I will need a lot of. And I'm gonna quick grab this vein before I go up and grab some glowstone. Because that's what I really need in this trip, is glowstone. Yeah, let's head over there. Ah, fire bats. My favorite. Oh, there's the ghast. Oh well. I'll deal with you later, ghast. Let's just employ the hot knife through butter that is this pickaxe, apparently. And should have more than enough at this point. And worst comes to worst, I just come back at a later point. Okay, now I've got enough. So let's head back to the overworld. Sorry, I think I've got a little bit of fluid in my ear, which is not fun. And this is why I built this portal down here. Because any mob that wants to get to me requires a very large amount of dedication. So, you're a witch. Ooh, that was really stupid of me. So if you're wondering how the witch spawned, well, it spawned because of the Thalmic dungeon nearby. So, Thalmcraft dungeons, like the one that I built my house next to, have unstable nodes, which means that they're basically just going to start churning out bad effects for you. There's all sorts of things like if you're wearing the goggles of revealing, you have a chance to gain blindness for a few seconds. The witch spawning is another one. Spewing forth giant zombies, another one. So yeah, this thing right here, kind of a curse. Blessing, because I got a whole bunch of stuff out of it that was really good. Also a curse, because it'll spawn witches and a few other things. I mean, which isn't really that big of a problem. Pretty simple to deal with. So, now we've got everything. Let's go make ourselves our first advanced circuit. First of very, very many advanced circuits. I need 4 and 2. And 2 of you. Okay. And some of this. Now we've got an advanced circuit. Let's look to see what we still need to grab for the Macerator. This. Let's drop all of this in here. What do we still need? Machine frame and this. Okay. Or the machine block. That one. So we've got a Macerator. Awesome. Now, let's go go get ourselves set up to hook it up. And I will need that. And this wall will be for ore processing. So I'm going to go ahead, mine this out, and I'll be back when I'm ready to hook everything up. So, we've got the wiring run. Let's drop the macerator in place, and you're getting power. Awesome. So let's quick demo what we can use the macerator for. And this is just for people who might be new to the series or never messed around with these mods. So let's go ahead and let's grab the ores. Okay. I need to really upgrade my storage capacity soon. Oh well, we'll get to that when we get to it. So if we put an ore in a macerator, it will very slowly, because this is a very basic macerator, it will very slowly process this into 2 dusts of that ore type. So in this case, it'll give us 2 iron dusts. And those dusts can be used in any sort of smelting device to smelt into an ingot. So basically, this is just a way to double your ore capacity, which pretty useful, not gonna lie. And then there are upgrades for this. There's the automatic macerator, universal macerator, and the rotary macerator, which I'm actually more interested in the rotary macerator. However, that's not something that's going to be in the cards for at least a little while longer. There's some other stuff from basic GregTech that I want to mess around with, like the electric furnace. So let's go ahead and make ourselves yet another circuit. Okay, and we need an iron furnace. These are relatively easy to make. Just the regular furnace pattern of iron. And 2 redstone, that's right. And this will give us an electric furnace. Now, I should note, and while this is getting slightly ahead of everything, for those of you who are just kind of playing along, these machines cannot, by default, take more than 32 EU per tick, which is what this outputs per tick. So, what does that mean? Well, that means if I were to, say, try and power this with a plasma generator, the machine would explode, the wires would explode, and things would be bad. Let's see. So, yeah. Don't ever try and use more voltage than the system is designed for. And in most cases, it will tell you what its maximum in EU in will be, especially if you're using GregTech. Now, we have the electric furnace hooked up, and it's running. Yep, that's all it does. Just uses EU to generate power, or to smelt things and cook things. I'm gonna quick head up here, and you can see I did a little bit of remodeling because I kind of ran out of space on the floor I was working on. And I've got this up here. And do I have another floor up here? Yes, I do. And I'm probably going to use this for some amount of storage. I mean, it's not necessarily the most convenient, but oh well. And I might cheat myself in a link modifier. Or I might have to re-enable the crafting pattern. I think that might still be a config. And if it is, I'm going to be very happy. So, we got some basic GregTech out of the way. Let's go mess around with some of these berries before I get to the storage. Let's look up berry. There's berry medley, which require buckets. However, if you have all 4 types, it makes you 2 of them. Not buckets, bowls. That one. Let's see. Do I have any... No, it doesn't look like I have any raspberries. Okay. Well, let's just make a few. And... this'll work. Right, that makes a very large amount of them. I believe this is a shapeless crafting recipe. Yes, it is. So, the perk of this type of food is that, 1, it stacks, and 2, it is really saturating. And for those of you who don't know what saturating is in Minecraft, it is the food's ability to basically sustain you at full hunger, or basically sustain you before you lose any amount of your hunger meter. So high saturation food, really good. Okay, let's see. So I'm starting to run into one of the major problems of really early industrial craft. That is keeping everything supplied with a power. It's pretty hard to do. I mean, eventually I'm going to start running out of coal, and just in general going to start running out of stuff. So I'm going to come down here and toss these 24 in. I hope that this will keep these maintained for now. Pull off the iron. So, what can we do about this? Well, there's a lot of things we can do about it. However, that's going to have to wait until, at least for a moment, until I make myself something kind of important. Let's see. Oh, I can't make those into slabs? Oh, damn. Okay. Let's find another type of wood that I can make into slabs. That should be more than enough. Okay, so let's make something very fun. And that is barrels. So, barrels are one of the more useful parts of factorization, in my opinion. I have, designed a system to do the complete factorization processing, and it was efficient. Kind of slow and kind of not optimized, but it worked. So let's go ahead and come up here to our top floor. Oops, I didn't want to place that. How did that even get placed there? Okay. So, let's go ahead and place down some barrels. So, these barrels in place, these barrels will hold items. Now, if you right-click, it'll put them in. If you left-click, when there's something in there, it'll give you a stack or all but one that's in there. And it cannot store damaged items, and it can store up to 64 stacks of whatever item is in there. So, what am I going to use this for? I'm going to use this for things that I don't need often. So, dirt, the redwood, or parts of the redwood tree. I'm gonna, gravel, maybe. It's not something that I actively use, but you get the gist. I'm going to store things that I don't normally need access to all that often. Cobblestone, definitely. Cobblestone is one that I don't really need. I'm actually going to convert that down. Let's see. So, I can convert the cobblestone down out of compressed cobblestone territory. And let's head up and store this stuff in a barrel, or in barrels. And the main part of using the barrels is it's 64 stacks maximum, and that can be upgraded in a single area. And if you hold right click down while you're trying to put the stuff in, it will attempt to put all stacks in your inventory in. That's redwood root. Oh, that's bark. So, we've got that. Now, let's discuss expanding power. Now, if this was normal IC2, just vanilla, not modified by GregTech in any way, I would suggest making a solar panel. However, it requires a slight bit more involved process. It requires silicon plates, which I need a blast furnace to make, and I need silicon cells, which require a centrifuge to make, or an electrolyzer. Centrifuge is actually the easiest way. Let's see. And the centrifuge, while it's a 32 EU maximum, meaning it's an early tier investment, it still is going to start sucking up power. So, what can we do? Well, we can expand our power and get more bang for a buck out of it by making coal coke, which we make at a coke oven, which requires us to have coke oven bricks, which require brick and sand. Pretty simple. So, I don't have any clay right around with me, so how am I going to take care of this? Well, funnily enough, I'm going to grab my food back, and then we're going to make ourselves 16 clay. And do I need to? Yes, I do. And I'm going to convert this down into actual clay instead of a clay block. And we're going to grab the tin, pop this in here, and let it process. And I'll be back when it's done processing. So, I'm currently biting my tongue because I need cobblestone right now. This occurred to me while I was waiting for the clay to process. I need 2 stacks is probably more than enough. But I need grass blocks. No, I actually need sand, which I can make out of cobblestone. Let's go check on our clay. And let's quick level ourselves up. Now I should note, when you die with Ars Magica, you do lose 5 of your mage levels. So dying, not really that good of an idea. Generally, the rule of thumb for Minecraft is dying is bad. But extra so with Ars Magica. Now, back to the waiting game. Okay, so a fair amount of these have finished cooking up, so let's go ahead and make coke oven bricks. So that's enough for 14 of them. Gonna need more than 14 of them now. I'm gonna need 26, which is the number of blocks that would be in the structure. So this is gonna take a fair amount of time, which is also why I do have multiple ovens going. I'm gonna come down here. I'm going to knock out some space here for where I am going to put the coke oven. For now. This house is kind of temporary because I'm going to go look for something later on. I installed a new mod. That new mod is the Biomes O'Plenty mod, which adds plenty of new biomes. Go figure. I'm going to put down this. And that's going to be the start of this coke oven, which is a multi-block structure. 17, so I need 2 more sand. Okay. And just gonna keep pumping these out, and I'll be back when I've got enough. Okay, I'm back. And I forgot how suspenseful it is waiting for things to craft, or smelt in Minecraft. Ah, damn it. So, now that we've got all this together, we've got a coke oven. Now, how does the coke oven work? Well, it's pretty simple. Spider, you're just going to keep killing yourself there. So if we go ahead and supply... Yeah, that's what that's doing. Supply it with coal. Stupid stairs. Supply it with coal. It will, over a very long time, process the coal into coal coke, which burns for 4 times the values that regular coal would. 4k EU at 10 EU per tick in a generator, 16k at 10 EU per tick in a generator. So, this will up the value we get out of said coal in this setup, and that'll work for now for what we're doing. So I'm going to call this episode here, and I will talk to you guys later in the next episode.